Hey everyone, it's Gary. Sorry for the delay. I just sent you a follow-up email to one I just sent a moment ago saying I couldn't get in. Whatever issue they've had, they've solved it. So we're officially now in the webinar. Boy, that's a way to get your cage rattled. So let's do this. I want to not take any more of your time. I want to use the time we have here wisely. So I apologize for that delay there. I'm just baffled. I tried different servers and I don't know what they were doing, but in any case, we're on, so let's go ahead and get started here. Welcome aboard to everyone. I'm glad you're here. Tonight's subject is this. We haven't done it this way in quite a while, but I'm actually going to go over from start to finish the school report, Melissa data, and using the Planning Commission website. I'm going to use specific examples to go through this. We've been getting a lot of questions on it lately, just basically how to use it, things like that. And usually once a year or so, we'll go over this in great detail. And obviously it's beginning of the year, so what better time to go through this in detail from the start, especially after we've talked about our contact management systems and all that. So it's kind of almost appropriate that a lot of questions have been revolving around this. So in any case, if you guys could all please let me know that you can see my screen and hear my voice. Let me just type that in. I'll do this quickly. Can you see my screen and hear my voice? Also, if you have any questions, please let me know, because I'll go ahead and cover the questions before we get into the subject. Okay, everybody's here. Hey, Jeff, good to see you, buddy. Hey, Genevieve. I'm glad you're on. I appreciate you guys being patient. Hey, Lori, how are you? Hey, Lori, there was an email, I think it had to do with you not able to find your county tax assessor's data that was available to you, public information that you had access to. So if you could, type in your county name and let's see if we can find it, because that's actually, ironically, part of what we're going to cover tonight is using your tax assessor's data, okay? Using your county data, planning commission data, all that information to help us be more productive, more successful. Bill says he had problems as well. Yeah, Bill, I don't know what was going on. I just used it. Beverly used it earlier. I used it last week, obviously. Everything was fine, but see the green to Gmail. Yeah, Gmail's good. Okay. So I'm going to change my screen here in a second, guys. Let's see. Lori says he did send me a link to download. I will check it tonight. Oh, awesome, Lori. Okay. Yeah. Just so everybody knows here, 3,144 counties in the U.S. and not quite as many in Canada. In the U.S., because of the Freedom of Information Act, data that's deemed public information, public data, is supposed to be made available to us. Doesn't really say how. Sometimes you can get a disk, sometimes you can get a download, sometimes you can get it directly online. Sometimes they charge you for it. In most cases, it's free. But I know Lori had a challenge, and I know that over the years, I've had a challenge now and then, but we're always able to find our way through to the actual data. So persistence is key. It is available in Canada, but Canada, their information protection rules or laws are more strict than the U.S. So it's just kind of ironic. They have better systems typically in Canada than we do here in the States, but their data is more highly protected. So, but it's still available. So, in any case, that's good news, Lori. I'm glad to hear that. So, without further ado, let me switch screens here, and we are going to start with. Let's see. Here is school report. So, oh, by the way, real quick, I've got to do this. I'm sorry, guys. Remember to always look for the email the next day from Beverly. She gives you changes, updates to the systems, the platforms, changes to the schedule, my travel schedule, where I'm going to be teaching classes, which you can also get by going to myinvestmentservices.com/events. Also, we've officially announced the next 3-day event. We're only doing 4 this year, not like we did last year. That was crazy. So the next one is in Anaheim, April 5th, 6th, and 7th at the Anaheim Marriott, newly remodeled, right next to Disneyland. So in any case, make sure be there or be square. If you're a student, you don't have to even pay for it, okay? I mean, you got to pay for your transportation and your hotel room, but I think they're going to feed you lunches all 3 days. Sunday, the last day, is a half a day. I'm sorry, is that right? They're going to feed you lunch? Lunch on Friday and Saturday. I think we're going to have a cocktail reception one night and another special event the other night. So a little more traditional what we're used to doing years before. In any case, so if you guys can make it, that'd be awesome because I'd love to see you. And what a great time here to go out in Southern California, right? So in any case, without further ado, let's take a look at the school report. You'll see the format is it's the same format you're used to seeing, okay? But I'm going to show you that, like, this is just one of many screens. So if you look here, you can actually scroll forward. Let's see here if I can figure this out. Let me go back here. It used to show me multiple sheets. I don't know how to do that. I guess I'm getting old. But I'm going to show you. Oh, there it is. So here's all the screens, all the pages of this report. Okay. What I'm going to show you is, I think I'm looking for Avalon School District. Let's go there. Okay. And I'm going to go through one complete example. Is it Avonworth, there it is. Okay. Let's stop there. Actually, let's do this. Let me see what else is up here. There's a pretty good example. Dormont. I wonder how many of you actually, let's stick here. Let's stay with Bethel Park. Let's just stick there, okay? So what I want to do is describe to you briefly how we create this, and then more importantly, how we use it and why we use it. And I'm going to go through this methodically, step by step. I'm also going to show you the follow-up steps. So this makes a whole lot more sense. I know that the market centers that do this typically love it. I mean, ours does, okay? When I found this, guys, it literally changed how I flipped homes. It also changed how I used my license and how it changed how I marketed to people. It changed how I served my clients. This stuff works with owner occupants too. It's not just for investors. However, it will work really well with investors because the investors, are very, obviously they want to make the most money they can with the money they've got. And a tool like this helps you know where precisely to invest. So in any case, let's just get right to it. Let me scroll back here just a wee bit, get this more in alignment. Okay. If you look at this, every school area has 2 columns, active and sold. This number here is the actual school district number, okay? Now, I'm just going to put this right out there. I know this is based on school district. If you're in a highly populated area, densely populated area, like, I mean, I'm near Toronto right now, but last 2 weeks I was out in Southern California. San Diego, LA is like one big giant metropolis, and I'll be out there till the end of April. I can tell you in LA County, in and around LA, the city, there are a lot of school districts. So I would, for all of you who are new to the program, I would say make it the school district. However, I'm a big fan of making this the high school name. In some parts of the US and Canada, there's one high school per district. In other parts, you could have multiple high schools per district. Okay, what I'm getting at is this: I'm recommending make this the high school name, because for every high school, you have multiple junior highs, typically 2 or more, usually, and even more elementary schools. So within that subset of that area, high school, couple of junior highs, couple of elementary schools, you've got a great snapshot of data based on something really important to our consumers, right? So here's how this works. For example, I'm going to pick on Bethel Park, all right? Great little area. We've got an active column and a sold column. Active are the properties actively listed for sale, how many. The sold column is how many have sold in 9. I like to do this for 90 days. It says up here 6 months. I like to do it for 90 days. That's my preference. High school, 90 days, sold column. All right. Now we want to see the information in price bands. Now again, if you're in Toronto, Vancouver, anywhere near New York City, certain parts of Orange County, LA County, the high rent districts, you're not going to find anything for 100, 150,000. So your starting point might be 350, for example. Whatever the case is, the way we fill this report out is this. This number here, 24, for active listings in Bethel Park, is simply the MLS search, school area, high school area, Bethel Park, status of A for active, price range between 1 and 150, and that answer goes right there. Okay. Then next row is price range between 150 and 2. Third row, price range between 2 and 250. You get the picture, right? Sold column is everything's the same except the status is S for sold. Now the reason why we do this is you're probably wondering, why do we do this? Well, it's because of this. By the way, you can include, the reason I like one of the reasons I like using this by high school is also because you can include all the Catholic high schools in there, right? Because I know, look up in Toronto and around Boston, there's lots of areas where more people are sending their kids to private schools, okay? So you can include those in this, right? So in any case, back to this. We like the reports that are available to us already, statistics, ratios, all kinds of good stuff. The thing is, when we're investing our own money or our clients are investing their money, raw data is really where it's at. Raw data is where it's at, guys, okay? And you want to know precisely based on raw data where to invest your dollars. You're not guessing, you're not assuming. Ratios can steer you wrong, right? Let's just look at these first 4 areas, the first 4 price ranges, 100,000 to 300,000. I can see I've got active listings, supply, and I see I've got demand. People have been buying them, and more people have been buying than are currently selling. This column is as active as of today, the date the reports run. This column is how many have sold in the last 90 days, okay? So 90-day look back, that's what I like to do. It says 6 months here, I like doing it 90 days. Here you're looking at roughly almost 3 to 1. 3 buyers have bought for 1 currently active property. Here's about 2.5. Here's about 2.5, right? I know this is where I want to go do my business because I've got supply and I've got demand. I also, my flippers would like to flip here because of the same thing. They got properties they can buy and they know they can sell them. Yeah, so let me do a quick pause here just to make sure everybody's okay. Do you see why we use this, all right? Hang on one second here, let's see. I just want to make sure. Paul, say, Genevieve, you should be able to see my screen. If anybody could do me a favor, anybody chime in, let me know you can see my screen. Genevieve, it could be yeah, so Genevieve, everybody's able to, it says it's on now. It may be a setting on your computer perhaps, and I apologize if that's the case. But everybody seems to be okay. I'm not sure why you're not able to see that. Hopefully you can see it in replay mode. But check your settings, Genevieve, just to be safe. In any case, so right now, I know when I'm flipping a home, I want to know that I can find properties to buy. I want to know I can sell them usually within 30 some odd days. And these numbers tell me I can do that, all right? This area, same thing, 48 sold, 27 active. Here we go, 45 sold, 28 active. I would not want to do business over here. Look at that, there's nothing for sale right now, and only 1 has actually sold in 90 days. When we're flipping homes, man, we got to be in areas, guys, where there's data like this, right? Now look at this, here's something interesting. Mount Lebanon, fewer souls than are currently active, but then look at the next, that's between 1 and 150, but look at the next price range. Between 150 and 2, nearly 4 times as many homes have sold in the last 90 days that are currently active. I would definitely look at this area, all right? Absolutely no doubt about it. In any case, let me check for questions here, guys, real quick, because I'm gonna move forward and show you some more stuff here, why we like to see this, right? So Genevieve's asking, is the event the same info as last year? Is the event the same info as last year? Yeah, Genevieve, we went over this last year. That's correct. Thank you very much. Okay, that was the only question we had. So let's move forward here. Now think about this, guys. Most of you have your license, like me. We're not just investors. We're investor agents. Think about this. If you're going to do circle prospecting or door knocking, right, the old-fashioned way, or postcards, this is where you want to do postcards, because you can get listings. You can also get the buyers. You can double end those transactions in an area like this. In some areas, if you go to an area where there's nothing selling, let's say you're getting a lot of listings and nothing selling. Like, look here, between 500 and 600,000 in Mount Lebanon, 12 homes are currently for sale, and only 6 are sold in the last 90 days. That means these houses are going to sit out there. Actually, that's 6 months. That's right. This is a 6-month report for these guys. That means they're selling one house per month, and yet they've got a year's supply. What does that tell you about that area? Can you imagine trying to flip a home in that area? I mean, when we're flipping homes, we want our money back fast, like up here, right? And as a licensee, do you want to have a lot of signs in the yard and wait a year to get paid? No, we want to get paid in the next 30 to 60 days, right? So this is why we like the report. All right. Now let's do this. We got a challenge because the data does come from the MLS, and yet we know the MLS does not reflect all the transactions in our area. In fact, when it comes to investor transactions, they might be reflecting half the transactions at best, right? So what do we do? Well, here's what we do. Okay. We use a site like this. It's called Melissa Data, and you have this in your information, by the way, melissadata.com/lookups/cartzip.asp. Hey, by the way, Genevieve, I actually owe you an email back. I'm going to look for your email tonight and get back to you on that. But in any case, back to this, guys. In Canada, we actually use a completely different tool because their system is called Canada Post. We have a different mechanism in place. It works, gives us the same outcome, but it's a different method. In any case, let's just type in a zip code. Let's type in, here's one, 15202, okay? Actually, we need to get a zip code for Mount Lebanon, so let's do this. I need a zip code. Let's go back here. Lookups, okay? How do I need to reduce this? Got to type in Mount Lebanon somewhere. Here we go. City, state, okay. Let's try this. Okay, we don't want that. So let me go back. What I'm gonna do is I need let's use zipcodes.com. Zipcodes.com. Hang on one second. Address check, person, street name, zip, global address check, property viewer address check. Let's see if we can type in Mount Lebanon. Lebanon. Up. PA, here we go. Pittsburgh, we want Pittsburgh, not Pittsfield. Pittsburgh, we want PA. Okay, let's do this. Let's type Lebanon. Lebanon. Pennsylvania. Let's spell it out. Now, Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Let's see what it gives us. Hopefully it gives us something. This zip code from Mount Lebanon. Click on that. Okay. 71028. Okay, so let's do this. 71028. 71028. Search. And we're going to go one more. Let's do one more thing. Let's go back. cart zip. This will make sense in here in a second. Cartzip.asp. And what was the zip code? 17008. Let's try that. I think that's what it was. Let's try it. 208. Actually, if we don't, 15208. There we go. Let's try. Let's just go back to where we were. 15202. Okay. Let's just assume this is the area we want. Here's what we're looking at, guys. Our data said we should be looking for something between 100 and 300,000. So what we want to do is we want to look for areas selling between 100 and 300,000. Here's an area here. Most of these areas, in fact, are selling between 100 and 300,000. Some are higher, but we don't want to look there. Let's look at let's look here. This area, 227,500. We can see there's only 4 apartments. There's 7 businesses. Most of the people living there are going to be in single-family homes. Average household income 77 grand. Average household price 227. So let's click on the map. Okay. And it gives us a map view of that area. And if you zoom in, there is a way to zoom in typically on this, if I can find it. Yeah, I'm not seeing the zoom, but in any case, you can see here the outline of the area. And there should be a zoom function. At least there used to be. Let's see if I'm not able to find it. So I'm not going to spend much. Oh, here we go. Let's do full. There we go. Look at that, guys. You get the street names and everything. Okay. With all those properties that have sold at about $227,000, so somewhere around there. That's what I like about this. Okay. It's an amazing tool. And now you go into your MLS, you can draw a polygon to match this area and search only for properties in that area. Within that school area, within that zip code, selling at that price range. Now you got yourself a meaningful search area. You're not looking over here, you're not looking over here. You're only looking in the area that has the right properties at the right prices. Not the most expensive, not the cheapest. Only the areas that make the most sense for flipping a home. Okay, so in any case, Melissa Data is an amazing tool. And if you go back here, let me just go back a screen. All right, you can type in any zip code you want. We did this a few months back. All right. By the way, that map view was for carrier route 71. If we go back again, we can look at any other carrier route we want. All right. We looked at CO71. So in any case, this is the kind of tool you need combined with the school report. So you're only looking for properties only in the right areas. Okay. Now, having said that, I'm going to throw a little twist your way. When we go to find inventory for our investors, we go to find properties that they can buy, that they'll flip, that they're able to flip. We actually don't use the MLS. You're going to get some results at best, but not like the kind of results we use from other marketing. What I'm going to show you tonight is how do you narrow down the area specifically, precisely to the right properties in the right neighborhoods and the right zip codes within the right school areas. And then when you do your marketing, and I'll show you some marketing next week, that'll allow you to take advantage of what you're learning tonight. Tonight, you're learning to figure out the where. Next week, I'll show you how to actually identify the people, the right owners of the right properties in those areas, okay? So, in any case, without further ado, we've narrowed things down by school area and price range. We're narrowing things further by school area, by carrier route within zip code, okay? And now what we're going to do is we're going to validate all this. And here's how we validate it. We like to use planning commission websites. Now, every area has its own separate planning commission, every municipality and every county. Okay? And you simply can Google any county you want. So let me just show you right here. All right, I just Went to the Orange County Chiropractors Association dinner last week, so let's do this. Orange County Planning Commission. All right, we guess we should put Orange County, California. California Planning Commission, all right? Let's see what pops up here. All right, Orange County Public Works, planning, hearing. We don't necessarily want to go to any hearings. Planning, we serve the general public, applicants and other county departments in an efficient and to ensure consistency in our general plan. Okay, let's see. We might have to play around with this. City of Orange, that's the City of Orange. Okay, let's go back up here. Planning Commission Archive. Planning and Development. Let's just start here with Public Works, Planning and Development. What I want to show you guys is this. I'm going to show you one here in a minute that I personally use myself, but I want to go into here to show you how sometimes you can drill down and find specific information on specific areas, okay? So if you look here, you got Planning and Development, Home, Codes and Regulations, Public Notices, Hearings and Meetings, Current Projects, Land Development, Applications of Forms, Subdivision, all right? And Community Plans, right? So let's look under Subdivision. And what you can see here is, oops, let's go back up here. Tentative parcel map. Let's just see what they're going to show us here. Whoops, all kinds of good stuff. Okay. What I wanted to see was I wanted to see a map. Let's see if we can figure this out. But the other thing we're looking for is data. We want to see data. Oh, this is how to do a plan. Let's get out of here real quick. Hang on one second. And let's go back to community plans. Okay. Plan community specific plans. Whoops. Local coastal programs. What we're looking for is some kind of data, all right? Lots of good maps here. Let's see, North Tustin specific plan, North Coastal, Santa Ana Heights, Sunset Beach map. Let's see if we can find some data here. Public hearings, advisory notes. Let's go to this. Public property encroachments, private property violations. I don't want this here. I'm not sure what. Let's see. Click move. Thanks. Let me bring this back up. Citation, community resources. Okay, that might be it. Let's see what comes up here. All right, these are different resources for the citizens that live there. We still want to get some data. Holy smokes. Let's go back up here. Let's see. Commercial waste, public properties, permit information, Orange County Sheriff's Department, Orange County Treasurer, Tax Collector, Assessor's Office. We could go there, my property details. Okay, so let's see what we got here. This might be where you type in a specific address, but sometimes if you know a lot and block, Street View Identity, Quick Search, Map Themes. I like it because it's map driven. All fields, new selection, add to, remove. Here we go. Certificate of compliance, miscellaneous records, LA book page, Orange County book page. Let's see, details. Okay, well, here's the thing. Sometimes you gotta really, you gotta work hard to find your data. It's just the way it is with some of these locations. We want to see, let's see, records, LA. Track maps book page. Okay, book page, RS maps, site address, parcels, site addresses. That might give us a start. What was the road I was on? Also going to, let's do this. That was the street I was on in La Jolla, I think it was. Sorry, Laguna Beach. Assessor's map, report issue. We don't want to report an issue description. Looks like it's a vacant lot. What I'm getting, guys, is you can go drill down to all this information and get to specific property level information, right? So let me show you another example. If I go here, I like this regional planning commission because a lot of regions band together. In other words, you might have in Southern California, you might have a regional planning commission that encompasses San Bernardino County, Orange County, LA County, so forth and so on. This is an example of one of those. What we're looking for is data, all right? So let's go to Regional Data Center, all right? Now in here, actually let's try planning development. Let's do that. Planning development, home, comprehensive development, business finance. Yeah, I want to see actual data. So let's go data library. Okay. And let's do this. I want to look at municipal profiles. Okay. Because every county has multiple municipalities. So let's look at municipal profiles to select within county. Okay. Now let's do this. We were in Allegheny County before on our Melissa data, all right? We're in Allegheny County, 15202. So let's go Allegheny County, and that's going to be Avalon and so those others. But let's go to Mount Lebanon because that's where we find a really cool looking area. And let's see what pops up here. So look at this, guys. This is the kind of data we need when we're looking to validate where we're investing or where our clients are investing. And I'm not going to go into a lot of every single category here, but what you can see is you got all the data you need demographically and sociographically in an area. All right. You can see how many people live there in 5-year increments. You can see the ethnic breakdown. You can see male, female, all kinds of, I'll just show you can see information based on education, based on household. It's all public information. Most of it comes from our census, okay? You can see household type. You can see the percentage of ownership and the percentage of rentership. This is really important. Like this area right here is right on the line, right on the bubble. In other words, what I mean by that is, I know when I'm flipping a home, I like to be flipping in an area that's greater than 2/3 owner occupancy, which would be this area, but not by much. When I'm buying rentals, I like to buy rentals in an area it's between 1/3 and 2/3 renter occupied. Well, this is right on the bubble, just below it, 28.6. So in this area, I might be able to find properties to flip and properties to rent, okay? Any case, let's go down and see what else they have here. Compare selected data, percentage of total population, all kinds of good stuff, right? County, municipal level, county level, and regional level, also within the state and within the United States, all from uscensus.gov. Number of households per square mile of land. Again, percentage of occupied properties. You can see across the US, 65% of the people own. Pennsylvania a little bit higher. This region a little bit higher. The county is right spot on the national average. All right. In here you got school enrollment, educational attainment. How many people have advanced degrees, for example? So here's why this was important. If you look at this kind of information, and you know the most popular age in this area is say between 18 and 25. Well, that's probably near a college campus. And think about it, a family with 3 kids or 2 kids, they may they may not necessarily want to move to an area where they're going to have a lot of partying going on. Let's just, just what it is, right? They want to be in an area where everybody else has 2 to 3 kids. So this is why we use this information. We get a really good idea of the demographics of the area. Okay, we're not steering. I've had people say, well, is this steering? Well, no, it's not. This is public information. All we're doing is showing our investors or our consumers that this information is available. They can make their own judgments. My rule of thumb is this: I can sell a house anywhere. I just need to know what type of marketing to use. In other words, I wouldn't market to a retiree the same way I would market to people who are college age. I would use different language patterns to get their attention. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just being smart. If you were to steer people, you'd be saying something like, you don't want to go there because it's all college kids. That's steering. You don't ever do that. You just show them the data, okay, and let them think for themselves. If I'm flipping a home to a family with 2 or 3 kids, they want to be in an area that's mostly populated by college students. That, you follow what I'm saying here? This is just being a smart business person. Gathering data, gathering information, all kinds of amazing information. Look at this. You can see where people are coming from. In any case, valuable information. By the way, what's this up here? Families by family income past 12 months, okay? So you can see anything from less than 10,000, 1.4% of the population make less than 10,000. And look at this, nearly a quarter of the population makes more than 200,000. Well, that's a pretty good population there as far as income goes, right? In other words, you should be able to flip a good number of houses there. All right. Okay, let's see here. I think you've seen the basic stuff of what I want to show you here. Let me pull up the panel and see if you guys have any questions, okay? Let's see. Oh, you guys want me to pull up some info? Okay, so let's see. This is Bill. Bill wants me to pull up 15228. Oh, all right, let's go back there, Bill. Thank you for telling me that. So let's go back here. 15228. Somebody was paying attention. 1528228. Okay. Whoops. You reached your limit of 10 lookups for today. As an unregistered user, you have 3 options, blah, 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 blah. I don't have an account. I didn't do 10 searches. I just did 1 or 2 searches. But in any case, looks like I've done more searches. They let you do so many per day, I guess is what it comes up to, right? Thanks, Bill, for bringing it up, though. Let's see. Beach Boulevard. Sounds like, Pam, you've probably been to that area before. So let's go back here. I think I already took away that map, didn't I? Yes, I did. All right. Hey, by the way, while you're typing in more questions, if you have, I want to show you something I came up with today when working with, who was it? Trying to think of the student. I had a couple student calls. Oh, Evelyn Judge down in Atlanta. Check this out. We were talking about community banks. We found a website called CBA of GA, Community Bank Association of Georgia. I don't know about the other areas of the country, but at least in Georgia, you can get a hold of this association, okay? And what I used to do, I'll tell you what I did do, is I actually joined my local bankers association. So if we know that there's, look at this, 200 community banks in Georgia. You know, when people say something like, well, there's not that many community banks around here. I tell you, if you Google community banks in Georgia, here, let's just do this. Community banks in Philadelphia. All right, let's see what pops up here. Penn Community Bank, Amphitheater, we don't want that. Penn Community Bank, Hyperion Bank, community banks in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, bank local. Let's just check this out. Okay, It looks like a pretty good, and there you go. Interactive Bank Explorer, bank local. So Bill, I know you're not exactly in Philadelphia, but check this out. American Heritage Credit Union's got a lot of branches. American Airlines Credit Union, Abacus Federal Savings Bank. Let's just scroll down here. You can get local bank rankings. Any case, all of this is amazing, amazing stuff. Asian Bank, Asbestos Workers Local 14 Credit Union, Beneficial Mutual Savings Bank, Bank of New York Mellon, Branch, we don't want those guys. Branch Banking and Trust Company, Citizens Bank of Pennsylvania. Any case, Eagle One Credit Union, First Trust Savings Bank. It's easy to find the community banks in your area. But back to this, what I would recommend is if you got an association like this, let's just see if there's an association of community banks. Let's see, association, community, whoops. Okay. Association, I spell it right, of community banks in find a community, okay, the Independent Community Bankers of America. There we go. That's what I was looking for. ICBA. See, guys, all this it's so easy to find this stuff. In fact, if you just Google Association of Associations, here, Association of Associations. The reason I know about this is one of my nieces used to work for these guys, all right? Association of Association Executives. It's the same organization. Let's see. ASAE, American Society of Association Executives. What's interesting, it was giving me a map for up here in London, Ontario. Here it is, Association of Associations, Association Management. I think that's it, but let's just click on it and see what we see. What I'm getting at is, I used to look at this and you could get the list of all the associations, okay? And you could start contacting them. You could even join them. I used to belong to the American Bankers Association, right? Here, what's interesting is this. Resources, resource library, advice publications, directories, consultants directory. Let's just scroll down. What I'm getting at is that there are thousands of these associations, and most of them belong to the Association of Associations. And what that means is you can contact them, and if you drill down far enough, you can often find their lists, okay? Or more importantly, if you just simply want to work with chiropractors or community bankers, you can do that. You can literally just focus in on those particular groups. So back here, look at all these support groups, right? Let me go back to the top. The Community Bankers Association of Georgia, you could join them as a vendor, right? And go to their dinners, right? Let's click on this, partners. Let's see who the partners are. All these guys have gotten wise and decided to become vendors for this Association of Associations, right? The dinner I went to 2 weeks ago was $40. That's all it was, $40, right? There's a World Expo. We don't necessarily want to go to that. What members say, careers, resources, news, awards. In any case, if we go back here, where's the community bank? Community Bank Association Bank of Georgia. I'm willing to bet you could join these guys and go to the local dinner, right? Career Center, Georgia Financial Directory. Let's check on that real quick. And see what we see. 2018 Financial Directory. You got to pay for that one. But that's okay. I hope you guys like what you're seeing here. I just want to open up your eyes to the possibilities. If you're looking to serve a particular group of people, all right, always look and see what they offer. Here's something from Bill. PA Banker Association lists every member for the state with their the last word Bill says CITUY. You meant to say city. Yep. There you go, city. There you go, guys. Perfect example. PA Bankers Association. You get everybody in there, all the contacts. You don't have to do a lot of hard work. Go to their dinners. You could become a vendor, and what you can do then as a vendor is once a year, or every quarter, or twice a year, whatever you want to do, is do a special presentation for them. Okay, show them what's possible by working with you when it comes to investing, particularly. Also, you could create a set of booklets just for that group of people and customize the language patterns and the words you use, the lingo that they use, right? The terminology they use to speak their language. Believe me, when you do that, it'll endear yourself to them. They'll feel like you actually took the time to learn about them, and you are doing that. And I promise you'll get more business that way. So the point is whenever you do marketing like the booklet, make sure you customize it for the particular group of people you're looking to serve. You can't go wrong with that. It's niche level marketing. It's targeted marketing. You're literally pre-selecting your audience and you're speaking directly to them. That is how you do business. The reason I like the bankers associations are, I know the economy is changing. I can't tell you when. It's happening now, actually, but I would build relationships with them now while times are good, because when times are bad, you've already got the relationships built. You're not out there competing for every little morsel with every Tom, Dick, and Harry in town. You've already got the relationships built. Better to do it now. All right. And if you find these banks have some properties in inventory they've taken back in foreclosure, you can use these other tools we used earlier, Melissa data, right? School report, your planning commission website. You can use all this information to learn about the areas where those properties are, determine if that's where you want to go take your investors or your owner occupants or yourself to invest in properties. That's why I did this tonight, to show you that we're not just gathering data for the sake of gathering data. We can actually use this in our marketing. Next week, what we'll do is we'll go over some of that marketing. In fact, we'll go over marketing probably between now and the end of February, possibly into March, using what we just went over tonight and what we covered 2 weeks ago, or last week, excuse me, okay? So in any case, hope you guys like this tonight. Sorry if we got started late. I would say don't be afraid to try your planning commission website for your area. Figure it out, dig in, dive deep, and be patient. Use Melissa data to look in the sales data in your area, okay? And by all means, create your school report. It all starts with that, guys. All right. So anyway, so I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. We will see you next week, which will be, I believe, on the 28th. Yes. So we're going to be, how about that? 2 Mondays in a row. So next week will be Monday the 28th. I'll see you next week. Get ready to go over some marketing. We'll use maybe the letter campaign to be more specific. Thank you guys very much. Hope you have a great night. God bless you and your families, and we will see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.